Y'all, what is good? I have missed y'all, my team, mom, family, fans. What is going on, y'all? As if like we asked for it, like I think some of us did. I think we were kind of like, all right, like what else can we get from these teen moms, from these young and pregnant to teen mom cast members, teen mom 2, they've been on like we need something else. We need something more. And boom, they came out with Teen Mom Next Chapter, where we're combining Teen Mom 2, Teen Mom OG, combining it into one. And I'm living for it. I am here for it. While it obviously seems like the same, I feel like this, look, the whole dynamic, the like video check-ins with the group chats, like okay, really quick, y'all, what's going on? If you're catching me, meeting me for the first time, seeing this face for the very first time, what is going on? My name is Ashley, Ash for short. Welcome to Ash Recaps. Self-explanatory here. We're going to be recapping Teen Mom season 1, episode 1. Let's try that again. We are recapping Teen Mom Next Chapter, Season 1, Episode 1. Wishful thinking. Alright, y'all. Like, so at first in the beginning, I really didn't know like what to expect. It looked like that basically it was kind of like going to be like a spin-off of the reunion, of the family reunion that they did. But while it may look like that they are going to get together in a setting, it's not all what it looks like. It's basically combining, again, both franchises and putting them into one show. And I'm kind of with it. I kind of like it. I kind of feel like if it can, at this point, just stay like it is, there's no point in separating either of the teen moms, like focusing on what's next for them. I feel like that's what the whole next chapter is all about. So are y'all happy? Because I'm happy. Because I missed y'all. So I hope y'all miss me. I'm ready to get into the nitty gritty. Basically, like we're into, we're checking up. We're checking in with everybody. So getting on down to it. So who we're going to checking in with first? Let's check in with Macy. So, we dropped off with Macy, recovering from her own, situation where she was in a, how do I even want to like word this or whatnot? But basically, she was in the midst of a mass shooting. Do I want to even call it mass? I mean, if I'm using the mass, but unfortunately, she was stuck in the midst of a shooting, traumatic event. And then so between her just recovering from that, and then, like Macy has that ideal, that mom life that I want, that mom life where we're all in activities, like I do but I don't want it. No, let me watch what I'm speaking of. I do but I don't want. I want the fact that we're so busy because all my kids are in activities. So somebody always has something going on. Somebody always has practice. Somebody always has a game. Like I always wanted that like type of lifestyle, that type of mom style. But as you can see, like it's not all what it's cracked up to be. Like you're busy, like you're finding time to find, you're finding time to find time with your spouse. And that's basically, like where they're at. So basically, they're trying to find, with all the kids, all their, sports that what they have going on, her and Taylor are trying to find time for each other. And they decide that, they're going to go on a date, leave Bentley at home with the kids. He's getting older, want to give him more responsibility and, being able to handle, to stand with the kids for a couple of hours, while they go out to dinner. Now, the actual trick was that they actually did not go out to like dinner. Like they went out to dinner, but they didn't go out to dinner. They had dinner in the garage, had the camera on, had like a nanny cam, like basically, everybody can get these cameras from Amazon nowadays. So got a camera and basically had a date, but it was basically like a more of a trial run. I guess, kind of more to see, how Billy could handle himself, but as well how the kids were going to act because he immediately knew Bentley was just like, I'm not really looking forward to it. They're gonna act up when you're gone. And they were good, except for Maverick. Maverick, and he knew, like, Maverick put on the complete show, being mean, being the boss, like typical how kids do when the parents are not around. Like, let me try my brother, the babysitter, whoever, to see what I can get away with, what I cannot get away with. So I'm excited to see, like Macy and Taylor. Like, for one, Macy's like one of my favorite teen moms. And then just them as a couple. I love them as a couple. So I'm just like excited, like, for what they have, to come this season, like what's going on with her, and Ryan, like, what that looks like, and things like that. And how are they going to be able to, in the midst of all the what they got going on with the kids, how are they going to be proactively working on, like, making sure that there's time for them. So let's see who else. Let's talk about Jade or whatever or whatnot. Basically, Jade and Sean are basically ready to go ahead and take it to the next level. Jade was basically, obviously Sean is, back from rehab. He seems, from what they're talking about, seems to be doing really good or whatnot. So it's kind of like, well, where are we now? So it does seem like that. Well, I might have missed something, but I feel like they never really like confirmed like what their relationship status actually was. It was kind of clear when Jade was talking about like what their next chapter is, what their next steps are, and how boom, like they've clearly been engaged, before, but it never unfortunately went past the engagement. Like they never actually talked about, all right, the marriage part, and getting married. And finally opening that door, Sean is like, he's ready. He doesn't see anybody, being with anybody else but Jade. So I definitely want to see like what that's going to look like for them, how his recovery is going to look, because I think it's obviously just been a couple of months, since he's been out. And but this is like the real test. Real life is the real test when you come out from behind those closed doors and you now have all these triggers or easily being able to trigger you. And how are you going to handle that stuff? How are you going to handle those situations? So I'm pulling for Sean. He looks good. He still looks good. Again, things seem to be going well for them. So let's just see if we're able to actually like get down this aisle or whatever or whatnot. So let's talk about Leah. Let's talk about Amber. So if we're talking about Leah, then we got to talk about Amber, because we didn't get to catch up with Leah with the twins just yet. Her or Amber did we get a catch up with. So I'm definitely looking forward to catching up with them next episode. But this episode, Amber is still working on her relationship with Leah. And I love what I'm hearing so far, because it sounded like at first that Amber had, I don't want to call it entitlement, but it's like she has so much expectation, or that she really couldn't understand. Like she wasn't necessarily seeing things from Leah's perspective as far as that relationship. But it sounded like, she's coming around. She's realizing that, she has to be patient. She can be, while giving Leah that space, she still can be, present. Like I just don't hear a lot of like excuses like coming from, Leah anymore, and her just doing. She really sounds like she's just doing the work at this point and not making excuses for why this is this or why that is that. So Leah's birthday is coming up, and when Gary asks, of course, and it sounds like, thus far, because one thing about Gary, I feel like he can be Team Amber, and then on one foot, he's like, you and your mental illnesses, like, girl, like, he can be a little judgmental. So it's so far so good. Again, it's only episode 1, and we know like things can get left like really quick. So he asks Leah about inviting her mom. She's kind of like, I don't know, and he was like, hey, you know what, I think it's a good idea. I think we're gonna, we should invite your mom. We're gonna invite your mom. Like, go ahead and proactively like I feel like he was giving Leah so much space to make certain decisions on her own. And it was like, but Leah's not grown. Like, Leah is still trying to understand her feelings and why she feels the way she feels. Like, it's some decisions that have to be made for her. We can expect her decisions and how she feels about things and try to come to a median. But I'm glad that it's looking like that he's starting to like step up and realize like, okay, yes, this decision I'm going to make, for you or whatnot. So going in, like, Amber, just wanted, like I said, she's been giving her, the space, basically allowing Leah to, come in, as she feels and as she wishes. And she had a wish and had a hope of that upon coming to the party that, which wasn't really a party, just had like a little dinner get together for Leah, but basically that, she would get a hug. And just seeing, them do the flashbacks of Leah from when she was a little, because when you think about it, y'all, like, Amber did have her stuff, but Amber did like do the birthday thing. Like, she did the birthday, like she always did stuff for like her birthdays or whatever or whatnot. So it's like, even though nobody can really like take away Leah's thought process on her mom not being there, it's like in a hopes that in some of these things, in these clips where they are together, it's showing her like, okay, well, maybe I may not remember everything, but hey, mom was there. Maybe not always for everything, but she was there. So getting that flashback, and then when she was leaving, because it does, like, if I felt like I could see even Leah trying on her end or whatever with her mom. And so when she, she was leaving and she actually came out to kind of like walk her out and to give her a hug, like, I melted for Amber. I melted for Amber. Like, I know, like, as much as I'm hard on her, I know she's trying hard. And I could not imagine me having a disconnect with my kids, let alone my daughters. Like those girls, like, they drive me crazy, but they are, I mean, all your kids, like, they're literally just pieces of me. Like, it's I just couldn't imagine having a disconnect with either one of my kids. So I really just have to give her grace and dealing with that, because I think I was definitely being a little bit judgmental in the beginning, because I was definitely team, Leah, and Leah getting that healing and what she needed so that she can move forward with her mom. But I don't think I was taking in Amber's perspective on a mom's and perspective, regardless of the fact of whether she had been there, not been there. Like, overall, if I had to disconnect, whether it was my fault or not, something I did or not, I can, like, I don't even want to imagine how that would feel. So things do seem to be moving, in a good direction. So all I can ask is and hope for is that things continue to progress and not go backwards in this relationship between Amber and Leah. Ashley, like, I feel like nope, we didn't get a check-in with Ashley either. So yeah, we didn't get a check-in with Ashley either. So yeah, so that was Ashley, Caitlin, and I keep missing a whole mom. Ashley, Caitlin, who am I missing? Leah. And Leah, we didn't get to see on this first episode. But okay. Going back to, so we talked about Amber, we talked about Jade. Let's talk about Cheyenne, because y'all, like, this is absolutely crazy. So here was the thing though. I had, I want to say it's Grace Report. I want to say, I subscribed to her channel here on YouTube, and she does more like things of like, keep you updated with like what's in the blogs and like things like that. And I know specifically she talks about like the Kardashians a lot. She talks about the teen moms a lot. So that's definitely how I can like keep up with stuff when I'm in between like the teen mom series or whatnot, when the show's not physically on. Literally before this show aired, came on, she had literally had been like a couple of weeks ago, y'all. So it had must have literally leaked upon this show coming out or whatever, whatnot. Because I'm like, this was not talked about like literally up until this show was about to come on. So in her report, she was basically saying how Cheyenne had gotten shot at or whatever or whatnot, and with her assumptions, because I don't know what Zach does or what he does not do for a living. He's possibly, might have a legal pass or does have a legal pass, something like that. So she was or basically insinuating that some of that past stuff could have been why, she was shot at. Were they really after him? Whatever, whatever, whatever. Those were her assumptions. And I guess really even to that point, she had not even got all the facts, because they let us know that they were both in the car together on their way to like a doctor's appointment for the kids, and then boom, like a green laser is shine on Zach, and then they're basically realizing that they are being shot at. His car was shot at like 13 times. They were lucky to be alive, and it's crazy. It's crazy. But y'all, I'm not even going to sit here and be like, okay, what the hell is really going on? Why? The person who did it, they know, which was like super crazy, because then I'm going back to Grace's report and like, wow, like, but it sounds like this very well could have been a mutual friend between them both. But as well, they were already hiding this. I don't want to say hiding it, but like, how did it not come out earlier than before, or unless it really just did not happen that long ago? Like, maybe it just did not happen that long ago like that. But there's no way that this just happened and then they're just now. Like, I really be trying to keep up with like, okay, if this is like based on like what's going on with them and the timing or whatever, whatnot. Like, I try to calculate that up to, okay, so this is when they're recording up to this point. Like, obviously, I think I understand that even sometimes when these episodes are, playing, they're still recording. They are presently, still, doing their job and recording going on presently. So it's hard to say that literally 3 weeks ago they just possibly recorded this and it's being put out already. I don't know. Maybe not. But let's be honest. No, there's no way, because this next chapter has been being advertised for a couple of weeks, like beyond 3 weeks or whatever, whatnot. I'd probably say if this is, it had been advertised since like August, it's like beginning of August. And literally, I promise y'all, was it that long ago? Sorry, y'all, rudely interrupted by y'all good old niece. So what was I saying? Dang, she literally totally helped me lose my whole train of thought. But basically, it's so many unanswered questions in regards to like what like why did this person do this? Like, this person again knows them, has been in their home before. Like, I think that's what I want to know is, and I mean, granted, it probably can't be talked about right now, but is it not being talked about because it's something more scandalous than, what they're letting up on? Like, how did this happen? Like, even more like how? It seems like there's so much more to the story that we're missing out. Because again, it sounds like they're out riding or whatever, going to wherever they're going, and then all of a sudden this light flashes, and then he looks and he sees the person holding the gun is someone that they know. Like, were y'all at a red light and the person just walked up on y'all? Where y'all had not left the house yet and they were hiding in the bushes? Like, I just want to know, like, I don't even think all that doesn't even matter to me. I think more of what I want to know is why. Was this envy? Like, this is clearly y'all friend or somebody that y'all thought was y'all friend. Was this person having a mental breakdown? Was this y'all? Like, what is going on? And so they're dealing with that, having court, and I guess even that back and forwardness, even with them going to court, I guess it sounds like nothing was resolved, no verdict was made. Like, I'm pretty sure most likely because all this is, it's in court now with this position. So it's not like it's under investigation anymore if they're already going to court for it. So somebody's being real hush hush. Somebody's keeping real hush hush about what's really going on. But I won't tea, because this was for a change that I actually went fishing looking for some more answers. And y'all know me. And stuff be happening in the shows, I'm usually not one to go and try to find out, like Google really quick or get into these blogs, excuse me, and try to find out what's happening presently, what's going on, to try to get more information. Like, but I could not just settle. I'm like, no, y'all got to give us more than this. Y'all got to give us more than this, because yeah, no, something ain't right. And it's now just leading me to believe, listen to that dear Grace report. Grace, I'm going to stop listening to you, because you be thinking of the worst in people. That this might have been something to do with Zach and some illegal stuff. And this was somebody maybe coming to, get like revenge, or just like a vendetta against him. And of course, it gets taken out on the entire family. Like, they might not even be about that life. Like, I'm talking like they might be mobsters or something. And as far as I know, that man ain't like no mobster. Like, I don't even know, y'all. But okay, let's talk about, I get into our last mom. Let's talk about Brianna, because I think that's like everybody. Because I think it's like a total of 8 total from each cast member, from each Team Mom OG and Team Mom 2. And so we've talked about Macy. We've talked about Cheyenne already. We've hit on Jade, and we've hit on somebody else, Amber. All right, so I'm now about to do Brianna, and then which leaves Ashley, Caitlin, and Leah. Okay, yep, that's everybody. So Brianna, y'all know Brianna, it was one of my least favorite moms, and like low key, like she's moving on me. Like, and then to hear that next week we're learning that she has a form of bipolar. I know, I can't, I don't, I'm not, it's not specifically bipolar. I think it's bipolar and it's like something else or whatever, whatnot. So, so I can't wait till next week just to get more information. But I think as well, it just also just makes a lot of stuff just make sense. But as well, Brianna is out here dating. I'm anxious to like see who this guy is. So like, I'm ready to fast forward on what she got going on. Like, it wasn't news. Like, I feel like in Teen Mom 2, they talked about her winning the case. So I don't feel like there's anything to really like even dig in on really quick, outside the fact that she had about spent 100,000. Yeah, 100,000, right? 100,000, 100K basically. Yeah, $100,000 on, just this lawyer stuff or whatever or whatnot. And I'm with her. Like, this money could be going somewhere else. Clearly, Caitlin, you're getting so much money. You don't have nothing to do with it than besides to give it to your lawyers in the courts. I have better things to do with my money than besides give it to lawyers in the courts. Like, girl. But yes, so like she won. So with that, she wanted to throw a party. That's what it was. With that, she wanted to throw, a party or whatever for like a celebration. Of course, she wanted everybody, if they could, to come. But I don't really think she was pressed forward. I think we kind of knew that everybody wasn't going to be able to make it. But her, her and Jade have formed this relationship. They're continuing to get close, or are continuing to get closer and closer, or have gotten closer and closer. And then they're the ones that are actually not very far from each other. So I think that is what makes it easier for them to, be able to travel easy back and forwards together, or what, to see each other or whatever or whatnot. But y'all, it's the first episode, so I feel like I said, it's always just like a let's catch up, let's check in. This is what's going on with me. This is what, from my eyes, what's been going on from my eyes, but as well how I broke down basically, this is how I broke down what everybody got going on since the last time, we seen them. So I can't wait to check in to see what Ashley got going on. It sounds like Bar, might have checked himself into possibly a rehab. I don't know what's going on with, oh no, but Janelle, Brianna invited Janelle, y'all, to this party or whatever or whatnot. So this is not even just, so maybe that's what that was when we see her getting out the car. This might not, you see how they do? You see how they do? And here I was thinking like she was possibly going to get together with the other teen moms. Hey, that possibly may be. Or literally what we're about to see of Janelle could literally just be her showing up to Brianna's party. But Jade and, Janelle apparently don't have, the best relationship. At the end of the day, Jade was who replaced Janelle. Janelle has been, had her fair share of comments about Jade and her family, or possibly, Janelle's husband did. I was praying after all this time that she had left that man, but I guess not. He was crazy. I'm sorry. And I ain't promoting nobody to leave their husband, but I wanted her to leave that man. So, y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all too long. I know I like to ramble and can ramble on and on and on and on. I cannot wait to see y'all back here next week. So, be ready, be prepared. Make sure you have everything you need, your drink, your smoke, whatever. Because, I need you to comfortable. I need you ready, and I need you ready to go ahead and get them Twitter fingers going and let me know what your thoughts was on the episode. Y'all, so our favorite moms is back. I'm so excited. As you can see, I'm just too excited to see what's coming for the next chapter. So, y'all, I promise I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here later. I'll see y'all next time. See y'all next week.